Okay, great. We are live with part three of our IMAGEMAKER conference, and we're going to be hearing from Caterina Rando today. And I'm going to have Erika introduce her. She's really a central figure here in the Bay Area for business women and entrepreneurs. And she's just created an impressive series of networks and events and knowledge. And she really specializes in developing public speakers, entrepreneurs. I call them speakerpreneurs. Erika and Pradna even know better than I do, and I do want to have Pradna at some point give a testimonial for Caterina, but I want to get to Erika to introduce her, who actually introduced me to Caterina and tells me all the great things that you guys do together.
So you want me to, it's my turn now?
Yeah, take it away, Erika.
Okay, so yeah, you've gotten to hear some of the inner secrets of Caterina Rando, David Kirsten, and I know Corey knows. Corey's the originator of me getting turned on to that Caterina lady, and he said something about, oh yeah, Caterina Rando, and I was like, who's that? And then one day I saw her from across the room at the East Bay Women's Network fun meeting. And I was just like checking out this lady, and she just brings fun and bliss and aliveness to everything she does. So I had to get a little taste of that Caterina, and then I'm kind of hooked. So I've had the busiest year of my life in business during this time, and I attribute that to so many of the speakers that have been on here. David, I really been appreciating you. Corey, I've been appreciating you for a decade now. And Caterina Rando, she is a bliss business person. Like, you just, are you not blissing in your business? She uses that expression. I hope I'm not stealing your thunder, Caterina, when I say, is it time for you to bliss in your business? Because Caterina will support you to do that. And she has helped me to turn up the dial on what you're offering. I have become a speaker in this year and a half. I have become a presenter. I'm speaking like once or twice a week now. And it's just becoming more and more comfortable and normal and just operating procedure. I've offered programs and workshops, and I'm getting more better and better at it all the time. And so without further ado, take it away, Miss Caterina Rando. I love you.
Bing, bing, bing. All right, everybody, let's take a deep breath. Erika, I love you too. Bing, bing. And hopefully everybody's having lots of love today in their life and their business. I've been in business many years. When I first started, I first had a cafe and a catering business. And you know what happens when you have a cafe and you want to get lots of customers? You turn on the lights and you open the door. That's it. The thing is, though, that when you have a service business and you're working from your house, many of us, or at least the last year we've been working from our house, it doesn't quite work the same way. Well, I did what we all do when we want to grow our business. We network. And by the way, let me give you a super tip. Super tip alert, super tip alert. The shortest distance between you and a full client base, 3 things: speaking, networking, and referrals. The thing to note, though, is that with networking and referrals, you still have to build influence, because nobody buys from us unless we have influence. Now, how do you build influence? Well, guess what? Super tip number 2. Let's see how many I can get in my short time with you. Super tip number 2 is the influence equation, which is visibility plus value plus consistency equals influence. Visibility plus value plus consistency equals influence. Now, value is where I want to shine the spotlight today, because when you speak, you get to build insta influence because you're sharing your massive value with an audience. And when I say speak, I do mean talking to people in a Zoom room, or hopefully soon live and in person. in an audience. Now, does that mean that podcasting or Facebook Live or Clubhouse rooms don't count? No, it all counts. The thing that's great though about an audience is that when you're in a Zoom room with people, you know who's in the room, you can save the chat, you can take a picture of the audience, you can follow up with those people later, and usually they're hearing your speech because they're genuinely interested in what you have to say. And if you host your own workshops, which I very much encourage you to do, you can then have people register, and then you can connect with them more and start to build relationships. Speaking builds Insta influence. That's super tip number 3. Speaking builds Insta influence. And the more you speak, the more influence you build. Now, I want to tell you that a lot of people think, okay, Caterina, I hear it all the time. Caterina, I want to be a speaker. Well, guess what? A speech is not a business. A book is not a business. A lot of authors say, hey, I want to speak. Sweetheart, a book is not a business. And you know what else? Your message, you may have an amazing message. A message is not a business. All of these things support you in having people resonate with you, support you in building influence. What you need, though, is an easy yes way for people to get started with you. And here's the other thing I want you to know. When you hear an amazing speaker like Pradnya and Corey, who you've already heard today, and David, also, when you hear amazing speakers, you get massive value. But guess what? That's only the first step in creating massive change. And I want you to note this, because a speech, even a book, unless you read it 50 times, is not going to change your life. What's going to change your life are the ingredients that come after it. A speech, a book, hearing somebody on a podcast or something that you're resonating with them, that is education, awareness, and sometimes, if we're really lucky, even some inspiration. You know what, though? There are a lot of other ingredients we need to create massive change. Ongoing support, ongoing guidance, a structure that facilitates accountability, a structure like once a week, twice a month, even once a month, whatever it is, a structure that creates focus, urgency, and accountability. But there's more. Community, being with other people that are working on what you're working on, having a place to make friends, gain resources, referrals, even gain clients. This all of these ingredients support massive change. But there's more. There's community, there's encouragement. We all need encouragement, because as much as you might be blissing in your business today, there may be a day when you're not. And don't you think a little bit of encouragement will make a difference? Yes, it does. So all of these ingredients are needed to create massive change. Now, why am I talking about this related to your being a speakerpreneur? Because what I want you to recognize is that your book or your speech is only the first step. And in fact, you are actually doing a disservice to your audience when you don't have a way to support them after that speech. And so I want to invite you to give a speech, but then invite people to come to your workshop so they can spend more time with you and you can build more influence. And then guess what? Invite them to join your 4-week program or your 12-week program or your 3-month program. Or Pradnya, I think your program is 6 months. I'm not sure, but a longer period of time, right? Why? Because just like if you heard Pradnya today for the first time, you might say, hey, that's great. I'm resonating with her message. Well, guess what? You want to spend some more time with her. And then as a result, you're going to want to work with her on an ongoing basis, because this will support you in not only learning some stuff, but actually creating massive change in your life from your thinking. Let me give you an example. I was chatting with a lovely lady yesterday. She's had a business for 3 years. She doesn't have any clients. And I was talking with her about checking out our Thrive at Sales program and workshop, because clearly she's not the queen of sales. Well, you know what she said to me? She said, well, Caterina, I've done some sales workshops. And I said to her, yeah, my friend, the woman you were before when you did that is not the woman you are today. And it's not about coming to a workshop and learning. It's about having the ongoing support, ongoing guidance, the structure, the focus, the accountability, the community, and the encouragement. So I want you as an entrepreneur right now to look at your business. Let's take a deep breath and ask yourself, are you giving a talk or writing a book or doing something that just educates people? Or are you having a process or a program that is supporting them to create massive change? Now, why this is important is because speaking and being a speakerpreneur is not about speaking. It's about using speaking to gain the opportunity to share with people on an ongoing basis your massive value. I'm hoping that you're having an aha moment right now as I share this with you. And if you're ready to get started, I wish I had 50 hours with you. I only have a little bit more time. So let me tell you this. The first thing you want to do is gain clarity. Because guess what? Nothing happens when we don't have clarity, when we don't have a clear direction. And by the way, a goal is a decision that has been made. Super tip. That was a super tip alert number 4. A goal is a decision that has been made. And if you get clear, which is, by the way, gaining clarity means making decisions. If you get clear on your offerings, clear on who you serve, clear on your pricing, then you know what you can do? You can invite people to work with you. But until those things happen, you can't invite anyone to work with you. And if you are going to do a program, you of course would need the start dates for that. Clarity supports sales. Clarity supports revenue. Clarity supports you bringing your gifts forward. Okay, take another deep breath. Now, if you're thinking right now, Caterina, this sounds good, but I want to speak, but I don't know where to speak. I don't know what to do, blah, blah, blah. Let me give you a few super tips right here. You only speak to your ideal clients. Did everybody hear that? Now, you could go talk to the high school. You could talk to the community center. If they're not your ideal clients, you can still go and talk, but recognize that's community service. That's not a marketing talk. When we're talking about gaining clients, we only speak to audiences of our ideal clients. And guess what? I know you're super smart and you could talk about 25 different things. You only talk about what matches what you offer. So for example, many years ago, I used to teach proactive dating strategies. And it was a great class and we had a lot of fun and everyone loved it. But guess what? I came home with no money in my pocket, no leads to follow up with. Why? Because I'm not a dating coach. I don't have a dating program or course or anything. So it was fun, but after a while, it wasn't so much fun because there was no ROI, return on my investment. Are you following me? Now, because I teach sales, because I teach speaking to grow your business, that's what I talk about when I go somewhere to talk. And then at the end, super tip alert, I invite people to spend more time with me. Now, I invite them to a workshop. You could invite them to a workshop. You could invite them to a one-on-one conversation. I do not recommend, super tip alert, I do not recommend offering a free consultation to a whole room of people that you don't know. Your calendar will be way too booked. That doesn't mean you don't talk to people. I encourage you to invite them to talk with you and then invite them to your next workshop where you can serve a bunch of people at once, build more Insta influence, and as a result, gain more Insta clients. Are you blissing with this strategy? Bing, bing, bing. Okay, let's take another deep breath. Now you say, okay, Caterina, sounds good. I want to go get booked. What do I need to do? Well, let me give you a few super tips on being a loud and proud speaker. Would you like that? Okay, let's do it. Here it is. I'm assuming that the whole universe is nodding right now. Here it is. First thing, okay? Does it say speaker in your Facebook profile, in your LinkedIn profile, in your Clubhouse profile, in your Instagram profile? Does it say speaker? If not, run, don't, Erika, of course, Erika, bing, bing. Okay, if not, run, don't walk to do that. Have you posted on your Facebook, your Instagram, your LinkedIn? Have you posted, hey, my friends, I have a great talk on XYZ, whatever your hot topic is. What groups of XYZ, whoever your ideal clients are, can you connect me with? By the way, you don't just say, who do you know? You say, who can you connect me with? Why? Because then they actually are going to connect you and give you a personal recommendation. And that's what we're looking for. Now, I'm going to tell you, I've had ladies get 6 bookings in 20 minutes with this strategy. Myself, I've gotten booked for big conferences with a simple Facebook post. Are you being loud and proud that you're a speaker? If not, this is something for you to embrace. Okay, I'm going to give you another one. And David, maybe you could put in the chat exactly what time you want me to be done so I honor the time. Here's the thing. You probably have not done this one that I'm going to tell you right now, another super tip. And I'm going to tell you, the people that do this get great results, but almost nobody does it. And the reason is because it is you being loud and proud. Send a dedicated email to your list that says exactly what we just said for Facebook. Hey, my friends, I have a great talk on XYZ. What groups of XYZ do you know that you can connect me with? And then you would list, if you have your topics, you could list some groups that you've recently spoken to. If you have not done this, when you do this, I promise you, you will get some action and some results. Now, you may not get some Insta action. I remember one lady said to me, she said, Caterina, I was at your workshop a few weeks ago and you made me do that thing where we post on Facebook and I was so not happy with you. Nothing happened. I got crickets and I was not loving you. And then 2 weeks later, I got a call from a big company. They said, hey, do you still do that talk on XYZ? We would love to have you come. And they paid me $500. So I'm saying to you that you being loud and proud that you are a speaker is standard operating procedure. And that when we do that, when we decide, okay, my friends, I'm a speaker, you have to be consistent about it. Sometimes you will get Insta results. Sometimes the results take a little bit longer. By the way, when you are at a meeting, a networking meeting, we're all virtually networking these days, or when we're back live and in person, and you stand up and you introduce yourself, do you say that you're a speaker? One of my friends, Diana Morgan, I know Pradnya and Erika know her, and probably David and Corey do too. Diana Morgan, every time she introduces herself, speaker, I'm a speaker. She's walked out of networking events with 6 speeches booked. Why? Because everybody now thinks of her, not just for her social media expertise, but they know, oh, Diana's a speaker. We need a speaker. Let's hire Diana or have Diana come talk. Now, if this is not something that you're doing, run, don't walk to get started. Do not get ready to begin to think about getting going. In fact, the only way we get good is to be in action. Because the goal is not just to speak. The goal is to not just to get good at speaking. The goal is to become masterful at speaking. Because when you are masterful, what that means is, by the way, what is mastery? When you do something without a lot of resource, meaning it doesn't take a lot of energy, doesn't take a lot of time, you do it with ease, you're usually blissing while you're doing it, that's mastery. In terms of speaking, that means you're not worried about what you're saying because you know it's going to be good, whatever comes out, because you've attained a level of confidence and certainty. And so all your attention is on your audience and what's going to serve this group today. The only way you ever get to that place is when you get started. And one of the best ways to get started is I want to invite you to every month, once or twice. I have clients doing it every week. Host your own Zoom thing. What's a Zoom thing? It's a 1-hour workshop that you do on Zoom on a hot topic that matches whatever you're offering. And as a result, when you're networking, when you're meeting people on Clubhouse or Instagram, you always have something to invite people to that is an easy yes. Don't invite them to your 12-week XYZ. Say, hey, come hang out with me on Zoom for an hour. You will build Insta influence, and more importantly, you will gain Insta clients. My friends, if you want to learn about how to get booked for speaking, I'm hosting in June a Get Booked for Speaking 4-week masterclass series. You can find out about it at my website, CaterinaRando.com, or you can just send me a note on Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram. Oh, follow me on Clubhouse, my new favorite thing. And I will support you in learning how to keep your calendar full with as many speaking bookings as you like. And also, if you're interested in learning how to be a better speaker or gaining clients with speaking, let's chat too. My friends, here's what I want you to know. You have massive, massive value to bring. There is absolutely a lifetime supply of people to serve. I encourage you to amplify your voice so you can sell more. More importantly, you can serve more and you can uplift more lives. Thank you. Caterina Rando, so happy to be with you. Thanks, David.
Thank you so much, Caterina. I know Pradna has to go, so in a couple minutes, but I just wanted to, if you have any time to just give a reaction to Caterina's speech, Pradna.
Yes, absolutely. Caterina is a powerhouse, and I mean it with all due sincerity. She said, I'll support you. She will support you and some more. I mean, she's been in business for 25 years for a reason. The community that she has created and the way she cares, you just have to experience it. Just look her up on CaterinaRando.com and just show up for one of her events and you will know what I mean. And you know, it's the caliber of women that she attracts, truly authentic, you know, servant leaders, collaborative souls that she has brought together. So again, Caterina, I'm so grateful to have met you and to be on this journey with you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your mentorship.
My privilege, Pradnya. It warms my heart and it makes me bliss to watch you do your thing and hear David and other people rave about you. Yay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you take one thing away from what Caterina said, just do that. And then the next time you hear Caterina, do the next thing, just so that people can bite size it a little bit, because it's a lot of things to do. And that's what I'm doing. I'm in a process right now. And I just keep thinking about the love and appreciation I have for you, Caterina. And just seeing us, seeing our greatness and lifting us up. You really lift women up, and a few good men, and who get to be around you. I nominated a few men for your club, and I put in there, they also lift up women. So I hope you'll allow for them to come into your clubhouse, and it's so much fun to be in your community.
Yeah. And David, if I may chime in one more time, as Erika said that she'll lift you up, you choose mentors, of course, for their craft, for the skill set, the knowledge, the expertise that they're imparting and sharing with you, but also because of the belief the mentor has in you. And I tell you, Erika would say, and resounding yes from her side too, when you're in Caterina's community, you can't help but really, thrive off of her belief in you and in your success. So again, Caterina, thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Pranya, so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. And I will give some more closing remarks. I do think, Caterina's really reached that level of mastery, and I really appreciate her timely comments about that we really have to capture these leads. So it's not only speaking, but it's using speaking to grow your business. And you have all these hot tips and things that work. A lot of people could go out there and offer these free consultations every speech they give. And, that's not the most efficient way to get there. So, Caterina's really kind of honed the craft of how to get you there quicker. And I've just seen it in her results. And, she's, I'm only starting to think about some of the things that she's already mastered. So, this idea of, the speech won't change your life. It's what you do after. It's how you use that speech to create an ongoing network. So this idea of community, what she's built with the community and how all the clients help one another is really just a collaborative model that I just see a few places in the Bay Area. And then Clarity supports sales. There's clarity about our program, and she has all these great programs and things that she offers. And thanks so much for your great remarks, Caterina. We don't want to keep you. I know we're going to take a brief break, and then I'm just going to make some closing remarks. If anybody can stick around, I'd be welcome for you guys to give some closing remarks first, and then I'm going to sum us up with some more thoughts on IMAGEMAKER. So thank you. Thanks, Caterina. Great work. And thanks, Erika, for introducing her.
So fun to be